Everybody, welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. So today, before we begin, I want to mention that Thursday, April 3rd, I'm going to be hosting a live Zoom circle. The topic is going to be on rejection. We are going to dive deep into it. We're going to increase our self-awareness and address how we deal with it. If you're interested in that, you can visit my website. All the information is down in the description below. All right, so now we're going to get to our bag of words. I'm going to choose 1 or 3 words. Let's see what I'm inspired to share. All right. Oh, faith. I feel like I got this one recently. It's a little wrinkle there. Okay, so faith. And, oh, excited. Okay, let's get one more word. Ooh, a lot of words want to come out. Boundaries. Oh, okay. We can get excited about setting some boundaries, right? Because boundaries are very helpful when we set them. They can help us maintain a space that feels true to us. It can help us thinking of the word protect, but it's like more than protect. But it can protect us because it can allow, right? It won't allow for someone to go beyond the space that we're comfortable with. The thing is that even though it can be exciting when we think about, right, not allowing people to overstep, it can also be a little challenging for us because we may have some issues with it. So we can feel some guilt about it, or we may have some concern that we may be disliked because of it, or God knows what, right? I mean, it's like so many different reasons why we may not feel comfortable doing it if we're not, used to being assertive or speaking up for ourselves. We may, shy away from it and then not, create a space that feels that's true to us, where we forget to honor our own needs. And that's going to leave us, right, feeling pretty yucky inside, as opposed to feeling empowered, or like we have created a space for ourselves that feels safe. Because ultimately, when we set the boundaries, we're really trying to set limits that create some form of protection for our, not just for our energy, but also for our mental space, right? And that we honor the needs that we have is ultimately what we're trying to do, and not sometimes, have people overstep and leave us, feeling yucky in the process. So when we think about, challenging ourselves and stepping out of our normal way of doing something, and if that is to shy away from something that feels overwhelming to us, we want to remember that if it is something that is going to help us feel more safe, whether that's emotionally or even physically, right? But if it helps us feel more safe, or it helps us in any way, that we want to encourage ourselves to and to challenge ourselves to move more in that direction, to create some excitement about it, meaning that even though it's scaring us, we want to make sure, right, that we're reminding ourselves that something good can come from it. And when I say excitement, right, it's the excitement of the possibilities of challenging ourselves and freeing ourselves from something that feels uncomfortable or doesn't honor us, which is holding ourselves back, or allows us, right, to show up in a way that feels more authentic, more supportive, and more protective of ourselves. So we want to, right, create some excitement for that and start moving in that direction, so that we're not repeating a pattern that no longer feels good to us. And we want to, right, shift from that. And when I think about faith, a lot of times it's not just, right, I mean, there's many different ways that we can go, right, with faith. But in this case, right, it's trusting the unseen, in the sense that you don't walk alone. And when you have a desire for something, that is coming from within. And that is something that we want to honor, right? We want to honor that, and we want to practice walking in faith, that if we desire it, And it is important to us that we don't want to just ignore it. There's this unseen energy, there's this need that needs to be acknowledged and supported. And we want to have the faith in ourselves and in that unseen energy that lives and breathes through us, that can support us through this. In other words, it can be scary sometimes to try something new, step out of our comfort zone, but we can remind ourselves that we don't walk alone, right? And live in that faith and walk in that faith, so that we're not feeling like we're doing all of this on our own. We want to know, right, that if we have a need to set a boundary, that it is something that it's important to us, and we want to value that. We want to honor it. We want to respect it. We want to show up for it, because that's how we start to create, right, a different experience for ourselves, as opposed to staying in an experience that isn't feeling good to us and isn't feeling supportive or protective. So we want to remember, right, to keep the faith in that direction as well, that we can do this, that we can trust, that we can guide or get the support. We can guide ourselves, or we can get the support that we need. And there are plenty of resources, right, available out there, right, to show us, right, some of the ways that we can set healthy boundaries for ourselves, and to practice honoring that, so that we can interrupt a pattern that isn't feeling good to us and is not feeling supportive of us. So, yep, that's what's coming to mind with those 3 words. I hope that this message has helped you in some way. If it did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, so that you can be notified when I upload further videos. And if you are feeling inspired to join me for the Rejection Circle on Thursday, April 3rd, like I said, you can just visit my website, and all the details are there, and you can also register there. And all the information is down in the description below. All right, bye for now, and have a beautiful day.